I don't know about you, but with the recent holiday, I'm starting to notice a lot more newer players in Hat Fortress. And when it comes to unspoken rules of video games, Hat Fortress is no stranger to having some of its own. From common courtesy to common sense, this video aims to help you better understand the do's and don'ts of Team Fortress 2. Now, there are numerous things that one should know in any given game of TF2, but you don't need to know everything, and it's a good idea to keep them in mind. Now, this video is really catered towards some of the newer players that TF2 may see, or if you're a seasoned veteran, maybe you haven't thought of some of these before and you might learn something. So, without any more stalling, here are 10 do's and don'ts of Team Fortress 2. Do turn around. Now, I know this sounds too simple, but you'd be surprised at how many people just don't turn around. Everyone does this, sooner or later, and it doesn't matter if you're the fresh install or the most seasoned competitive player, everyone forgets to turn around at some point. This also applies to looking up. To remedy this, just get into the habit of treating turning around, and by proxy looking up, as just another thing to look out for. Like you would keep an eye on your cooldowns or your health bar, make it a habit to tell yourself, have I turned around recently? Have I looked up? Is this the perfect time to stab me in the back? Make it second nature, and watch all those pesky spies and soldiers disappear. Don't place your buildings next to each other, or your teammates. Now, while it may seem like a good idea having 2 sentries side by side for double the firepower, one sticky trap could spell out you and your other engineers' doom. Instead, spread out your buildings to deny more area, or provide health and ammo to where someone might need it most. I can't tell you how many times an engineer's stray sentry gun or dispenser has saved me from a scout running me down or burning to death. Do upgrade your engineer's teleporters at spawn. Now, this one is just a common courtesy. I've been seeing it happen less often, and can't put my finger on why. Probably just another can't someone else do it? Plain and simple. If you die and respawn, swap to engineer and upgrade their teleporter. It takes a maximum of 30 seconds to upgrade a level 1 to level 3 and benefits your entire team. Don't stack medics when you need Uber. A lot, and I mean a lot, of medics are guilty of this. If you didn't know, when 2 medics heal the same target, their Uber build rate is cut in half, meaning it'll take 50% longer to charge fully, and this can mean the difference between winning and losing. So take a minute to think as a medic. Am I healing the same target as another medic? Does the patient need to be double healed? And if so, just use the crossbow. Take this time to evaluate your team's current condition and go from there. And if you're using the quick fix, just disregard everything I just said and heal whoever needs it. Do leave ammo and health packs for your team's engineer or medic. Another common courtesy involving Engie and medic because they really don't get enough love. Just as simple as it sounds. If your medic is hurt, let him have the health pack. The medic can dish out an infinite amount of healing, so it makes sense to keep him healthy. The same general idea goes for your team's engineer. If you're low on ammo, leave the metal pack for the engineer so that he may build a dispenser to help not only you, but your entire team. Remember, this is Team Fortress 2.
I love you, man.
Don't group up. Now hear me out. It makes sense to play with your team in the team-based shooter, but try not to get too comfy. Stacking up closest to your team means that you're slim pickings to explosive classes and AoE attacks. It's a surefire way to guarantee forcing your team to take splash damage you took, and vice versa. Instead, try to play a little bit more spaced out. This not only minimizes everyone taking unnecessary damage, but also puts less stress on your medic trying to hit someone with a bolt. Puts more stress on the enemy spies, since they'll have a higher area of failure, and less headache for your team's soldiers. If you didn't know, teammates can block rockets at a certain distance, and it's really frustrating to miss a crocket because a scout decides to jump in front of it. Do always be aware of your surroundings. This coincides with turning around. Being aware of your surroundings can mean the difference between dying from walking into the enemy team or getting a sneaky flank. Be aware of who is alive on the other team. Is their sniper alive? If so, where did you last see him? And where are the sniper sightlines? Where are the enemy power classes? Take notes of the paths they like to take, and go around. This may also give you the chance to drop the enemy medic, as they tend to stay near the power classes. Take this clip for example. Here I'm very focused on the demo man, and see if you can spot what I did wrong. Did you catch it? I was too focused on looking at the demo man to realize I was walking directly into his sticky trap. I should have been more aware of my surroundings. Don't peek the same angle twice. Here's another surefire way to get yourself killed. If you see a sniper watching an angle, for example, don't cross his sightline again unless you're sure you can A, avoid, or B, eliminate him. This doesn't just apply to the sniper, this applies to all 9 of the classes. Peeking once tells whoever's waiting that you're there, and they'll be waiting still for you to peek again, and if you do, it's lights out. Now avoiding this is easy. Don't peek twice. If you know someone is waiting for you to poke your head out again, don't. Go back the way you came, take an alternate route, or spam some projectiles around the corner. Now different classes have different items and strategies to better help them out in these situations, so try them out and experiment. A couple of them include the Heavy's Fists of Steel, the Soldier's Battalion's Backup, and the Medic's Vaccinator. Do communicate with your team. Now if you completely ignore everything said in this video and only take away one thing, let it be this. Communicating with your team is by far the most helpful thing you can do. Tell your teammate that there's a spy behind them. Alert your team if there's an enemy medic combo pushing. Plan a means of attack. You can use the integrated voice or text chat, either one works.
I'm seeing your KD, bro! What, do you think this is a f***ing game?
Now it's common knowledge that people in casual don't communicate, so be the exception. You can only help by communicating. Lastly, don't be scared. Now being afraid of dying in TF2 plagues a lot of newer players. Maybe they got their first 5 kill streak and now play super passively. What they don't realize is that when they play super passively and only fight if an enemy crosses their path, the team is essentially down a player. I see newer players and sub-mid-tier players sometimes completely avoid the control point or payload card because they're afraid to lose their kill streak. For example, take these 2 clips. In each of them, I'm on quite the kill streak. However, I don't let the fact that I'm on the kill streak deter me from playing normally. I'm still going in and I'm still playing aggressively, just like I would normally like to play heavy. Also, please ignore the fact that I have a medic with me. It's entirely possible to achieve these kinds of kill streaks without medics. Don't be afraid to die. It's gonna happen. Part of getting better at TF2 is learning from your mistakes. Ask yourself when you die, oh no, I died. What did I do that got me killed, and how can I avoid that in the future? TF2 is one of those games that has a learning curve that basically never ends. You can always improve your game sense, aiming, rocket jumping, trimping, and so many other things. Well, if you're hearing this, you stuck around to the end. And if you're new and you learned something, or you're experienced and you want to tell me how dumb I sound, feel free to let me know in the comments. Thanks a bunch for watching till the end, and while I have you here, why not hit the subscribe button? I plan on making much more content on TF2 and many other games that I enjoy playing. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay.
What?
What do you call a factory that makes only okay products?
I don't know.
A Satisfactory.